you mind just saying like I'm Shon? Bushwick stuff like that.
Let me build up to it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it spontaneously.
Yeah.
So like, I used to live one block that way, up on like Broadway and Gates. And my good friend came over for, the first one actually was when she came over for the 4th of July. And like, she had a couple of her friends over, I was just cooking stuff, you know, I was just messing around. I didn't really have anything really planned. I was kind of just screwing around, just making stuff in the kitchen and like, I was having a good time, you know, the way I normally do. And then a couple weeks later, it was her birthday. And she wanted to go out for a birthday dinner with all her friends, blah, 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 like 8, 10 people. And they couldn't pick a restaurant. So she sends me a text message. She's like, hey, would you mind just cooking for me and my friends? And yeah, just cooked for 10 people in my apartment. Ended up having a great dinner. And then someone told me that like I could probably just charge money for the stuff that I was doing. I was doing that for about 3-4 months. And I was always friendly with Alex, the woman who owns the place. I was telling her about it. And she asked me if I would ever do one here, and I was elated. I'd always wanted to do one here, and that's just kind of how we started. After that, you know, I've been popping up at different places, having a good time with it, really having fun. All right, so this is like a kind of a Japanese-inspired menu. You know, I don't really cook with like Japanese technique, I would say, but I love the ingredients. So the first one is a cucumber shiso salad. So it's like red cabbage on the bottom, like thin layers of cucumber on top. And then the dressing is a rice wine vinegar with some yuzu juice and some really good soy sauce. I sprinkle some black sesame, and then we have some beautiful shiso leaves.
Blood in the streets in the town of New Haven. Blood stains the roofs and the palm trees of Venice.
I'm pairing that with an excellent goza from KCBC. It's called Summer is Coming. It's a soursop goza. It's awesome. My favorite summer beer, period, the end. The second course is gonna be the soup I'm working on right now. It's a roasted shiitake baby bok choy soup with some fantastic ufra bibera, which is like my favorite pepper right now. It's got this really awesome like raspberry, black cherry note on the end. It's not too spicy. That's why they call me Soup Boy. No one calls me that. We're pairing it with one of my favorite breweries, actually, Transmitter. They're based out in Long Island City. It's a triple with citrus candy sugar. I think the sweetness is gonna pair really well with the spiciness of the soup, because you can't really have anything dry with spice, because then it's just kind of a palate killer. Then we got the main course, which is gonna be our pan-seared shrimp tossed in a miso butter. I made this miso. It's 13 months old. It just turned 13 months. I don't have a name for it yet. It's not potty trained, but we're still working on that. We have on the side, it's some forbidden rice, some barley, some red rice. Mix those up with a little bit of ginger, and we got a plate. The main course is probably like the most rare special beer. It's a Brass Tacks from Plan B. Plan B is up in Poughkeepsie. It's a farm brewery. This one is totally spontaneously fermented. So they pretty much just leave the beer alone and let it do what it wants to do. I think it's gonna pair gorgeously with the miso. Oh, and the dessert, sorry, I almost forgot about the dessert. Dessert is the black sesame cheesecake with some local honey. We got some of this beautiful stuff over here. They grow this 2 blocks from my apartment, see it says Bushwick on top. We're pairing it with a apricot Berliner with lactose and vanilla in it. It literally tastes like a apricot sorbet. It's the weirdest beer ever, and I show it to people and they freak out and they ask me where they can get some more of it, and I tell them, sorry, you can't buy it, suckers. I just started cooking because I decided to cook. I don't know. I was also, to be fair, I was like broke for a couple of years after I dropped out of school because like I just like kind of refused to get a regular job. So like I had to like kind of make money. I had to make food work with like $20, $30 a week. So that was a lot of practice for me over there. But I don't know. I cooked as a kid all the time. Like I was absolutely spoiled as a kid with my parents. Like my mother is like legitimately a world contender in terms of cooking. Like I remember a lot of my friends would like fight over who would come home to eat my food. I think it did something where I was just always spoiled, and like I'm very much of the mindset where like if someone can't do something the way I want them to do it, I'll just do it myself. And that's kind of how I got into cooking. Like burgers are a great example. The way I started doing the burgers is because like I never order burgers out because they always upset me. So I just started to make my own burgers, and like now that's the thing I do now. And I'm Shon.